Hi everyone, welcome to Wordzone today. My name is Olaleye, and it's a pleasure to have you come back again this Sunday to listen to my special guest. All right, for those of you watching for the first time, this is Wordzone, and this is where we showcase Christians who are doing amazing things outside of the four walls of the church. The major focus of this particular platform is to help you discover who you really are in Christ and how you can be all that God has created you to be by hearing other people's self-discovery journey, stories of their self-discovery journey and their processes, how this can help you as well be all that God has created you to be. All right, I'm going to introduce my special guest, Detola Amure.
Thank
Good to
you.
have you here, Detola.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you for.
excited to be here.
I'm excited as well. From the very first day I heard your testimony, I proposed in my heart that this lady has to be on Wordzone. The world needs to hear her story. Your story is life transforming. Your story is
Thank you.
inspiring. Before I go any further, before I ask Detola to introduce herself, please, if this is your first time of coming on my channel, I want you to do me that pleasure of subscribing to my channel, because every Sunday and every other day, some days, I come up with different things that would inspire, transform, and motivate you to be all that God has created you to be. My focus in life is to be a part of everyone's success story. Anyone I come in contact with, I just want to be a part of their success story, and I want to be a part of your success story too. So please do me a favor, subscribe. Click on that notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload any video or I go live. All right, Detola, thank you again for coming. Thank you for saying yes. I'm so privileged to have you here. And I would like you to introduce yourself to my audience. So who is Detola Amure?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. Who is Detola Amure? Again, thank you for inviting me to your platform. I'm really excited to be here. Well, like you rightly said, my name is Detola Amure. I consider myself to be multidimensional. There are different parts to me. First of all, I always like to use words to describe myself. I describe myself as an activator. I activate women, kingdom women, into a life of significance. So that's what I believe my assignment is, to activate women into a life of significance. I am very determined, I'm resourceful, and I am resilient. I'm married and I have 4 children. One of them lives in heaven. I am a productivity and women leadership transformational coach. I'm the founder of Super Working Mom, where I basically help kingdom women to find their purpose, maximize time, manifest their dreams. I love, love, love to help people. I love to move people from where they are now to where they need to be. That is just something I enjoy doing. I love to write. I love to inspire. I love to encourage. And it goes without saying, I'm a daughter of God. I'm a child of God. I think I should have said that first, but yeah, I'm a daughter of the Most High God, and I just love the Lord, and because He first loved me, right? So, in a nutshell, that is Detola in a very nutshell. Yeah, there's so many other things to me.
Yeah,
But
no.
I'll keep it short for now. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. That is so loaded. And I like the word activator. I like that. You activate. That's so profound. And you being able to describe yourself in one word is also key. And of course, you're a productivity coach. So I expect that from you. And Detola, Detola, I've seen you from afar. I know we have common friends. I know the community you belong to. Everybody there is on fire. I'm part of the community by proxy.
Yeah.
I'm part of it by proxy, and I know that you didn't get here in a day.
Yeah.
You have your own self-discovery journey stories, and I know that I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I see your post on Instagram, super working mom. Can you just explain to us? Because sometimes when I see that super working mom, I'm like, am I a super working mom? And some of the things you put out there, they are so thought-provoking that you don't just go there and just click like, except that one of those people. I know there are some people here listening now or who are going to listen to us later who just go on people's way. You see a fine picture, you just click like. You're not reading.
You didn't. Yeah.
Stop it. Start reading. Detola
Yeah.
has very good content, and
Wow.
I
Thank
read
you.
it, and sometimes I get provoked in my spirit to say,
Wow.
wow, am I really doing this, or is
Mm.
this what I should consider? So tell us about Super Working Mom. What led to
Mm.
that Super Working Mom thingy?
Thingy, yeah, I know. Wow. Okay. So, I'll try. I can go on and on about this, but let me try and, get straight to the point. Now, before I started Super Working Mom, as in, I was just your regular chick, doing my own thing. I just wanted the normal life, go to school, get a job, get married, have children, a bunch of kids, and just live life, basically, like simple, no stress. But then I remember when I was I was pregnant with my first daughter, and after I had her, this was she'll be 12 in October. I started getting
Really?
restless in my spirit. Yes, I know. And I married late. Well, according to world standard, I got married when I was 28. So, and I had her when I was 30. So anyway, yeah. Now you probably know my age. So,
You don't look it though. You don't look
I
it.
know I'm blessed. I'm blessed like that. So I was feeling very restless in my spirit. Like I just felt like there was more to me than this clock in, clock out 9 to 5 job that I was doing. Now, all this while I had been blogging because one of my gifts is writing. I love to write. So I've always been a writer since a very young age. So I used to write and all. And I remember a friend of mine telling me, oh, a lot of women who are working moms or um, in a similar shoe to you also need help. You're not the only one feeling this way. Why not start a blog for working moms, right? So I'd had my daughter at this point, and I was trying to juggle everything, being a wife, being a mom, being going to a 9 to 5 job and all of those things. And so I started a new blog because before then I was doing my blog was called Purpose Driven Life. But now I now thought, okay, I need a blog. I need a blog for moms. And I tried coining different names, coming up with different things, but nothing was gelling. And I can remember this day I was driving to work and I just heard super working mom. It just came from nowhere. It just came in my spirit. I'm like, super working mom. But that sounds like super mom. And I'm not really, I know all moms are super, trust me, but sometimes we try and do that superness in our own strength, right? And
Yeah.
so I'm like, what does this super working mom mean? It was later, in fact, maybe a few years later, that I began to understand the meaning. But at that point, I ran with it. I didn't really question it because it dropped in my spirit. I just ran with the name. But so few years later, the Lord began to break it down to me that super isn't you relying on your own strength, but rather relying on the supernatural power of the Holy
Natural.
Spirit. And I was just like, wow. Because most times when people hear the word super okay mom or super mom, they think is this woman trying to save the world with her cape. But no, this is a woman who is relying on the strength of the Holy Spirit to do what she needs to do. So Super Okay Mom started as a blog. Before I knew it, people were coming to me asking me to coach them, to mentor them. I didn't even really know what coaching was then. I had to go looking for more information to coach them and mentor them. And then that was when I now began the journey. In fact, it was when I was pregnant with my second child. I got fired from my job, and that just, in fact, that's a whole different conversation. But that was the beginning of me taking Super Okimo more serious. I started the Super Okimom Academy. Women joined the community, a paid community where, we talk about self-development, how to find our purpose, how to maximize our time as busy moms. And it kicked off from there. And now we're growing stronger.
So it's an academy.
Yes, so there's the academy part of it. We have a Facebook group with, a free Facebook group with over 1.5K members on there, where we just encourage each other. But the academy itself is where I take women on a journey of finding purpose, maximizing their time, and manifesting their dreams. And then now we recently just started a leadership track as well for women who have, you already know what your purpose is, you are already slaying in your lane, and now there's a nation that that God has assigned to you. So those women are now on a leadership track, learning how to lead themselves and lead the nation that God has called them to lead.
Wow. This is so amazing. Listening to you is a delight, Detola. Honestly.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, I'm in my heart. I'm smiling from here to here. I say it's such a delight. Wow.
Oh,
That
thank you.
is amazing. There's an academy for super working moms. So if you're here, you want to be a part of an association, or you want to be a part of a community, and you've just been thinking to yourself, oh man, I'm tired of this, my group. I don't even like these friends that I have. Come on. I was saying to I do a coaching class on Saturday. So one of my coaching clients, I was saying to her yesterday, I said, listen, that these friends came, you were not born with them. You chose the friends. You are just one decision away. When you made those friends, you made it by making a decision. So if you want to let go of a friend, it's also a decision. So you're just one decision away from entering into the community that will do you good. So it's just one decision, just making up your mind that, look, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of the moving train. I don't want to be a part of a train that is going nowhere. I don't just want to be stagnant in life. And sometimes we intentionally put ourselves in that stagnation. We put ourselves because we can't make that decision to say, listen, I'm just changing my association. I'm going on. And yesterday we had a program on Facebook and on YouTube. You guys can watch it. It's the video before this one, Become Series. And one of the things we were talking about yesterday was also association. What kind of people do you surround yourself with? So please, I want to say to you, if you're a working mom or you are not working, because it's not just for 9 to 5 kind of moms. Even if you're not working, the fact that you are taking care of children or taking
that is work.
I beg. Let me say that again. In fact, the fact that you are taking care of people in your house, because sometimes our husbands can be our children as well, part of them. The fact, so somebody is going to say, "But I don't have children," but you have a husband. The fact that you have a husband, you're a mom. You need to be part of this academy. There is no amount that is too expensive to invest in your life. So don't say, oh, they are going to charge me. Yes, because you're worth it. They will charge you because you're worth it. So Detola, thank you for sharing that. I am so delighted about your academy. And you have something else, Detola. I heard you share your testimony. When I heard it, number one, I'm not an early bird because I sleep late. I sleep around 1. So I do that part of my early morning before I go to bed. And that's a major difference between my covenant sister and I, Elo and I. Elo is very early nights, very early in the morning. But me, I go to bed very late and I wake up late as well. So well, that morning I was awake and I was listening to her song Life. That's my sister's platform. And I was listening to you share your testimony. I was like, wow. What a woman of faith. What a woman of faith. No, your own faith is not the faith that you own. This is God's faith, the gift of faith. So I want us to take us on that journey because there's someone listening to us right now and the person is like, wow, she has an academy for super mom. So give us part of you might not share the testimony now, But give us what led you into being the Detola that you are right now, because I know that there's no way you can talk about that without sharing your testimony. So feel free,
Yeah.
take it away. Take
Thank
it
you so
away.
much. Yeah. So one thing I always tell my ladies is that if God showed you everything about your life in one go, you just say, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm fine where I am. I don't need, even if he shows you the glory parts, but he shows you some of the pain you might have to go through to get to the glory. You're like, I don't even want, just leave me, And so for me, like, doing my thing, super working moms, having fun, slaying, seeing a number of my women just birthing amazing things, I was proud. I felt like, like a proud mama that, yes, I've arrived. I know what my purpose is. Little did I know that there was more coming, right? So I was like, doing my own thing or doing God's thing, and I was happy. And then in 2017, I found out I was pregnant with twins. And I'm like, wow, oh my goodness, I already have 2 children, a girl and a boy. What am I looking for, right? Well, God decided to bless me with twins. And that was a whole different journey of getting used to, pregnancy life. Because really, I thought I was done, to be honest. And so 2018, I had my twins, and I was getting used to life of being a mom of twins and being a mom of 4. And when my twins turned 7 months in December 2018, I had a boy and a girl. So it looked like the complete family, right? 2 boys, 2 girls. It was beautiful. And then in December 2018, my baby boy twin suddenly passed away. And we didn't see that one coming. Like, from where to where. If anyone had told me that would be part of my story, I would, as in, it never crosses the mind of a parent that you would lose a child, right? It doesn't cross. You have children and you're like, okay, I would raise up these children in the way of the Lord. They'll grow old, they'll get married, they'll go to school, they'll do all these amazing things. They'll be the ones to bury me. That is, everyone's reality, or that's what everyone thinks. But in my case, that wasn't what happened. And that was the beginning of a new whole journey for me. I was very devastated. In fact, I felt let down by God, because I thought, I'm here doing your work. Why? On your watch? How could this have happened? I was very angry, And interestingly, during the pregnancy, there was a diagnosis, and I'd been believing God, and I was on this faith journey with God. So in my mind, I'm like, my testimony, by the time people hear that, the diagnosis changed and da-di-da-di-da, but the testimony was way different. Or, what happened was way different. The miracle I had was different, because most times you hear, and I must confess, sometimes it's still hard to hear testimonies of people who go, oh, my child was sick, or my child didn't breathe for 5 minutes, and before you knew it, after we prayed and prayed, he came back to life. That's what I thought my testimony would be. But on the contrary, my baby's in heaven right now. And that is a testimony on its own. Because what that did for me was it took me back to really understanding what faith is. It took me back on a journey of going to search my Bible for myself. Yes, I'd been reading my Bible as a Christian, but I felt like God was taking me on a deeper journey to know him more, to know him on a deeper level, and to know that his ways are not our ways. There are some scriptures we hear and we take them literal, but sometimes the Holy Spirit will give you a different meaning. So, I mean, if, one scripture everybody or most people claim is, what's that one about? I shall live and not die to declare the glory of God, or I'll live to 120 or whatever, It's in the Bible, yes. But if you look at Jesus, and I'm going off the side here, but I just wanted to explain one of, some of the things I began to relearn. Jesus had a purpose. He lived for 33 years. He didn't live to 120. Are we going to say he didn't live a purposeful life because he didn't live to 120? There are some people that live to 120 but never fulfill their assignment on earth. I would rather that I fulfill my assignment, and when I'm done, and Jesus is like, wow, you fulfilled your assignment, it's time to come home, because we are here on assignments, right? And so the fact that my baby lived for 7 months, because I just couldn't reconcile that. Like, why did you even bother bringing? Why did you even allow him to come into the world in the first place? If you only wanted us to, if he was only going to be alive for 7 months, I just couldn't reconcile that. But then I began to realize that each one of us has a part. And I'm not saying, I'm not advocating that baby should die early. That's not what I'm saying. This is my personal journey and a journey God took me on. But what God began to show me was that we all have a purpose, right? We had 7 months with him. And now, because of my baby boy, my own life has changed, completely changed. I'm now on a journey where, because I was in so much pain and I was grieving so much. And I would hear people say, you can never get over the death of a child. And in my mind, I'm like, so am I going to be in pain for the rest of my life? I'm like, I don't think because it was unbearable. I couldn't breathe. There was a pain in my chest that I was just, of course, you will see me smiling, but inside I felt hopeless. I felt, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not a pain I would wish on anyone. I can't explain it, and I don't wish anyone, should experience that pain, because it's unexplainable. And I tried to imagine that this was how I was going to live for the rest of my life. And I said, no, there has to be a better way. So that's why I ran back to God. I said, God, I'm angry with you, but I know you're still the only one that can get me out of this, right? You're still the only one that can. The Bible says he's close to the brokenhearted. And most times we don't feel that close to God when we are heartbroken. Even Jesus on the cross, that was another revelation I got. Jesus on the cross said, why, my father, why have you forsaken me? But then I found that in Romans or 1 Corinthians that God did not forsake Jesus. He was right there. He said he was reconciling man. He was in Christ, reconciling man back to him. God was there on the cross with Jesus. But because Jesus was so heartbroken, he didn't feel the presence of the Father. That's the revelation I got from that. So in my pain, I felt like God had deserted me. I felt like, why would God, let this happen on his watch? But after, going through a journey for just allowing God to heal my heart, then I knew that, okay, healing spiritually is one thing. Healing emotionally is a different thing. And so I began to look for, God led me to the Grief Recovery Institute, where I went on this program that just, it was what sealed it for me. That pain that I felt in my chest disappeared after I went through that program, because it's a program to show you how to complete with your loss and move forward, with life, move forward in life. And so now I became, I went on the program, I got certified as a grief recovery specialist, and now I'm now helping women to heal from their losses. Now check this out. I'm a productivity coach, right? And one of the things I noticed when I was grieving was I was not productive. I had loss of concentration, mood swings up and down. Today I might be happy, tomorrow I was down. I was all over the place. Even my business, thank God for destiny helpers. Thank God for women who had come just before my son passed away that I was able to hand some things to. If not for them, I might have packed up my business, because I didn't even have any creativity. All my, always writing. And like you said, my Instagram, sometimes if I write my Instagram post, I would have marinated it, in my mind. All of those things disappeared. And so I began to see that there was a connection between grieving and your productivity. There are a lot of women who are grieving. They don't even realize they're grieving. They're in so much emotional pain, but yet they know that God has called them to do greater things, that God has called them to do amazing things, but they can't just find the energy or the creativity to get it done. Wow. And I realized it was because they were grieving, right? So a number of women who have now come to me. So before, what I would say is yes, I was helping women with their productivity and helping them manifest their dreams. But there were some women I noticed that there was a block. There was something else going on. And then I realized that, wow, these women are grieving. Because by the time I hear their story, they've maybe gone through a divorce that they've not healed from. They lost something that they didn't heal from. I will now take them through the grief recovery method before we even talk about manifesting dreams or doing this. Do you see what I mean? So there was there was another layer of healing that they needed to experience before they could even manifest the dreams that God has called them to do. And so now this is the Detola that we see now, the grief recovery specialist, who's still a productivity coach, who's also a women leadership coach. But knowing that all of this is not in her own strength, it is because of what she's gone through, the pain that she went through, the healing process she went through. And now I'm able to walk women and even men, through this journey of healing so that you can now become productive to do what God has called you to do.
Wow, Detola. That's you just telling us how you've turned your pain into purpose.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we stay in our pain and we'll form a pity party and we get people. And it's easy to get company in that kind of situation. You just get people will, oh, Detola, how are you? And you're there wallowing in self-pity. But you stood up by the grace of God, not in your own strength, and you're now able to help other people recover from their grief. And I like what you said about grief, because sometimes when you're talking about grief, you only think about death.
Yeah.
But you have explained to us now that loss of child death, loss of a loved one, divorce, and grief from divorce, even separation sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, separation, loss of money, contracts, things like that. Wow, that's amazing. So please, if you're listening to us, Detola is your go-to, please. Honestly, if you've lost anything at all, you want to talk to someone, Detola will charge you commitment fee. Detola is not free. You heard, Detola, when you did your course, did they give you for free? Was the course?
Oh no, I paid a lot of money. Lot of money.
So if you are coming to Detola, please know that you will be. I know if a law is listening, I should just be laughing. Know that Detola is not free. Detola will charge you, but it's commitment fee. She can't charge you. It's not, you can't pay for the value you're going to get. But she needs you to commit to it.
Exactly.
That's why you have to pay. Yeah, it's commitment fee. It's not really charges. Okay, so there is a commitment fee attached to it. And I can assure you that you get value for your money. You will get value. At least you will recover from whatever you are grieving. Yeah, that's my person. So yeah, self-development ain't free. Yeah, those are people in my tribe. It's not free. Yeah, it's commitment fee. It's commitment fee. So it's really important for you to get in touch with Detola. You can reach Detola on Instagram. She it's called Super Working Mom. She has different platforms. If you type Detola Amure, you'll see her.
Exactly, you'll find me.
Yeah, you'll find her. Just go there. And it's confidential. She doesn't need to tell me. But Detola, I want you to commit to me as well. Commitment to me. That anybody who gives you the code Wordzone will get a discount.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the problem. I won't charge. I won't take what's it called again? Affiliate.
Or referral fee.
Yeah, referral bonus. There's only just give them. I know a lot will be. She'll be dying of laughter. There's no need for referral bonus. Just give them discounts. Wordzone discounts. Okay, so please get in touch. Yeah, affiliate income. Oh, how did I get here? Please tell me. How did I get here?
From commitment fee to referral fee. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Detola, it's been amazing talking to you. I know we still have a bit of time. We're going to talk about Detola is oh my God. You know when people come to me and say, Ola, you're doing Wordzone, you're doing Become, you are the Esther's company. Yeah, I said, sorry, I belong to the tribe of the 5 talents.
That is it.
So Detola is of the 5 talents tribe. So Detola is multi. So now we're going to go to another dimension of Detola now. We're going to the splayed out. When I saw the book, I was like, this babe. Then I now saw slayed out challenge. I say, hey, my God. You know, Detola deserves an offering. No?
I do. They should pass the offering basket.
Yes, so Ella said Detola fire. Detola is fire. Yes, so Detola, tell us about the slay doubt. Sorry, don't mind. It's a lot that's confused me. Doubt slayer. Yeah.
Doubt slayer. Yes, okay.
Yes.
We are all doubt slayers.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us about it.
So it's funny. I think it was in 20. I wrote my second book in 2014, 2015. And again, I don't write books just for the sake of writing books. I always want to be led by the Spirit of God. And so God had given me a manuscript, which I started writing in 2017, I believe. I started writing that book. I didn't know what it was going to be called, but I just knew I was writing. And then my son passed away in 2018. And then 2019, I heard God say, pick up that book and start writing again. But before that, I even went to go and check what I'd written before. And there was a place that I'd written about, you can't help people until, not like you can't help, but you're in a better position to help people when you've gone through something similar. And there were some examples I put, things like maybe when you've gone through a divorce, you've lost a child. I just read that you've lost a child. I said, yeah. So I was talking to myself and I didn't realize, I had goosebumps just reading that, because I'd written that way even before my son passed away, So I felt God saying, it's time, finish this book. And so I started writing it, and the title came to me, Slayed Out. Now, and then the subtitle is, what's the subtitle? Something about manifesting God's calling in your life. And I began to realize, because again, I'd been coaching women, one of the key things that was holding women back from manifesting God's calling or their assignment is that many women don't believe they've been called. They believe that you have to be a pastor or a prophet or an evangelist, that those are the ones that have been called. As for me, I'm fine where I am, right? So they believe they've not been called. Or even if they know that God is calling them to do something, they're like, but there are many other people doing it. Why do I need to do it as well? Or they doubt that they even have the ability or the capacity or the resources. So there are so many things that have, and it's so sad that women, because women we're just a special breed, right? I mean, the world fell because of a woman. I mean, that's a bad example. But the point I'm trying to make is that women, we have influence. But the enemy he knows that we have influence, and he knows that when a woman steps in somewhere and takes charge, that place must, everything must align. And so he has convinced women that they are not good enough, that they are not worthy enough, that they don't have what it takes to do what God has called them to do. And so many women are just coasting. They are using their children as excuses. And again, I say this not to say that children are not, how do I put it now, that they're not worth taking care of. Yes, of course, take care of your children, right? But a number of us are hiding behind our families and say, please, we have excuses why we don't want to do that thing, that assignment for which you were born, but the reason why you were put on this planet. We have so many excuses. And so the book was written in 2019, launched in 2019, and it, fantastic reviews. It's on Amazon. You can check it out. And then
what's the title? Sorry, what's the title?
Slayed Out.
Okay, Slayed Out.
Slayed Out. Yeah, that's what it's called. So if you Google Slayed Out, it will come up on Amazon. And so last year, I began to hear the Lord saying, I want you to bring women together and go through the content of the book together. And that was when he had been telling me, and then the lockdown happened, and God said, yes, this is your time. Launch it now. And so right at the beginning of just when lockdown started, April, we had the first challenge, April 2020, over 15 days, because what I had was one day for each chapter, right? And I had 15 chapters in the book. So each day we will go through each chapter Man, if I knew what it entailed, maybe I would have said no, because by the end of the 15 days, I was I was famished, I was tired. Because every day on a Facebook group, I would turn up live and would dissect the content of the book every single day. And it was mind-blowing. In fact, the feedback that I got was it was beyond me. People who had things that God had been telling them to do for years, they began to do it. It was like chains were broken. People came out of that dungeon of doubt and fear and began to do amazing things. Amazing things, you know? So the first challenge happened last year in April. And I thought, okay, you know what? We need to keep slaying down every year. So now it's back this year, but this time we're doing it over a period of 5 days. So it's happening next week, 20th of April to the 24th. And so every single day, we're going to be watching videos from last year because they were amazing, right? So we're going to be watching videos from last year. And then in the evening, we'll have a debrief session, a Zoom live session. A few people have told me, oh, I'm too busy, I can't join. And I'm like, you know what? When God gives you an assignment, I always go back to God and just say, God, bring the people. The people that really need to slay down this year, bring them, because they are the ones that would, get into it. And this time around, last year was free, but this time around, there's a little commitment fee. It's not a lot of money, it's £27. But again, it's that commitment just to show that I'm in here because I want to really commit to the process, right? So we have women from all over the world who are signing up, and women are still signing up for the challenge. And again, I had 4 ladies contribute their stories in the book. We're going to be having time with them as well, to ask them questions, to see how they slayed out then and how they are slaying out now. So it's going to be an amazing time, and I'm so excited. Yeah. And interestingly, we also launched the Slayed Out Journal this year. So, but please let me beg Amazon, for some reason they have not. It has not come out on Amazon as we speak right now. It's on Amazon US, but on Amazon UK it's still saying not available. So please let me pray that Amazon will release so that people can go and get the journal.
We'll send fire to
them. Yeah. So I'm excited about this challenge, really excited. And I'm more excited about the transformation that is going to occur in women's lives.
So you said the challenge this year is going to be over 5 days.
Yes.
And people are going to watch the videos from the last session. Wow.
Yeah. So during the day, there will be 3 or 4 videos to watch. And then, people can play it as they're doing whatever they're doing. But then in the evening, we'll now have, because we did last year, it was strictly on Facebook, right? But this year, we want people to interact. We want to hear from the women. Yes. And we also want them to ask questions and share their, what God is teaching them. So in the evenings, we'll have a Zoom session at 8:15 every day over the 5 days. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. It sounds interesting. So what are they expected to do? Whoever is coming, is it only for women, or do you want men to attend as well?
Men can join. Even men can slay out. I mean, women are my main nation. But last year we had some men. They were quiet on the group, but they'll be sending me messages later. That was amazing. I'm slaying out. I'm like, come and share in the group, But the key thing people need to come with is an open mind. Yeah, exactly. Come with an open mind. Get the slayed out book, because that's what we're going to be using. And by God's grace, once the journal is out, get the journal as well, because that way you can write, there are prompt questions to get you thinking, to get you praying, and that would help you, just be able to capture what the Holy Spirit is telling you. Yeah.
Wow. So tell me, who won't want to be Detola's friend? Who would not want to be in a company or academy? Don't let money stop you. Please join the challenge, the Slayed Out challenge, and let's go on slaying the doubt.
Yeah.
Let's go on. So Detola, tell us more. Any other thing you want to share with us? Come on. Anything else you want to share?
Well, to join the Slayed Out challenge, go to slaydoubt.com. Very simple. slaydoubt.com, and you find all the information there. And I think I quite like what you said about commitment. the truth of the matter is, when a lot of people, and I used to be like that, we expect free. And from where we come from, they say, a wolf, they run belly, right? That's what they say. But in free, I don't know how to explain it now. I'm trying to find the right words. When all you're looking for is free, there's only a certain level you can reach. When I
That's
started
right.
Super Working Mom, right, I was like everybody, I'm like, I can Google it now. I can find this for free. I Googled for a whole year. I was still going around in circles. But when I realized that I'm not going far with this thing, no, after, I lost my job and I felt God saying, okay, now I needed to get serious with this thing. I joined a community. In fact, I can't remember how I found out about this community, but it was a business community on how to, elevate your business. And I was just starting out. And it was £10 a month. And at that time, that £10 was a lot. But I was like, let me even, for once, invest in myself, invest in what I'm doing. And as I joined that community, it was as if my eyes opened up to a whole new world that I knew nothing about. I'm like, so this thing is happening and you people just kept quiet. But they didn't keep quiet. It is me that refused to commit. I was the one that refused to invest in myself. But as soon as I started investing myself, that same year, what I'd been trying, in fact, in 3 months, what I'd been trying to do a year before, I was able to do it within 3 months because now I had the right tools, I had the right resources, I had the confidence to start charging because I had invested in myself financially. I now had the confidence to charge as well. And I once heard someone say, to the degree to which you have invested in yourself, that is the degree to which you be confident to ask people to pay for your services. But if you've not paid £100 for your own personal growth, how can you be asking someone to pay you £100? Think about it. So this thing is not about, these people, they don't want to collect my money. It's not about that. It is for you. Because when you are committed and that you have skin in the game, you'll be more serious about it. Even when things get tough. So for example, when I think about the people I have helped on the grief recovery method, it's a 7-week program. Around week 3, week 4, things get very deep. And that is the time when people want to run away. But because you've paid, subconsciously tell them, if only for the money I've paid, let me finish this program. But guess what? By the time you finish, the healing that you want, do you see what I mean? So it's like the money keeps you in, but then transformation comes, right, in the end. So I just wanted to share with anyone who has been struggling with, I want to grow, but they've not been willing to invest financially in their own growth. And this isn't about me. I'm not trying to market myself. I'm just saying, wherever God has called you to and said, go and invest here, then you better go. You better do it. If not, you're going to be on that same place that you are now. You will just find yourself like the children of the Israelites. You just be going around that mountain over and over and over again until you make a change. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you can't expect a different result.
Absolutely.
So, just to share
Thank
that as
you.
well.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And you the funny thing is, you see that money, we still don't save that money. We still spend the money.
Exactly.
It's just that we spend it on other things.
Other things.
So the £27, if you don't spend it on the challenge, you're still going to spend it. You're going to spend it on Nando's.
True.
You're going to spend it on what's it called now? The one that does buy one get one free on Tuesdays, Domino's. You're gonna spend it on Domino's. You're gonna spend it on something. You're going to go to Tesco. You should have a budget, at least a budget for self-development every month.
I agree.
You know that, okay, all right, Detola, I can't come for this one, but whenever you're having it again, I'm going to attend with the mentality that I will pay, not with the mentality that Detola, somebody texting me to say, okay, hey, you're charging £50. Can I pay twice? Hello. You know, all those of course, we can arrange a payment plan, but there's no payment plan for £27. Because it's a 5-day course. We can't be chasing you for the balance on day 6. So it's important. Dr. Thelma said we need to begin to value self-development if we are to remain relevant and experience growth and transformation. It's very important. I can tell you what self-development has done for me. It's been an amazing journey. Honestly, it's been amazing. You know, the things you now discover, some of those things are things you're already doing. But you know, it puts it in proper context for you. You can now see it and say, wow, you mean I'm on the right track? You know, I read a book on millionaire mindset and I saw some things there. And I'm like, okay. Then there are some things you pick up along the way. Some of us are waiting to meet Oprah. We are waiting to meet, what's her name now? Obama's wife, Michelle Obama. We are waiting to meet all of those people, but we can get their books. That's us meeting them. You know, the book makes you know the thoughts of the author, the thoughts of the writer. People were waiting. I've written 3 books. People are waiting for me to give them. Rather than give you, I'll put it on my bookcase. It's there on my bookshelf. I'll be staring at it instead of giving it to you for free.
Yeah.
So
because guess what? They probably won't read it because there's no skin in the game.
Yeah. So it's important for you to invest in yourself. Detola has done us good today. She's told us, she's given us an opportunity to be a part of the challenge. Apart from the fact that you're going to learn and transform, you're also going to meet people.
Exactly.
Honestly, a network. Come, I have a framework called leveraging on relationships. It's one of my core value and core, hey, join the community. In short, let me just put it that way. I can't even preach it. Join the community. It's important for you to be a part of a community that is moving, that is going somewhere. And Detola, I'm so delighted that you came on tonight. It's been amazing having you on. Thank you so much for all that you do. I know that I think there's still one more thing you do that you've not shared.
Retreats. I run retreats.
Okay, go for it.
And because of the lockdown and everything, we haven't been able to run one since last year. But by the grace of God, we are running one in July. So we typically have them 2 a year, one in March, which is like a prayer and meditation retreat, mind-blowing. And then at the end of the year in November, we have like a planning for the next year retreat. So we plan ahead for the following year. So last year we had it virtually, but by the grace of God, this year we're having it both. We're going to have 2 retreats this year, one in July. The details are on the Super Workman website. I think it's July 9 to 11, I believe. And then in November, it will be the last weekend in November. And that is also another mind-blowing thing that, it was an idea God gave me as well. 2014. And I remember then as well, I was like, who's going to leave their house to come for a retreat? But guess what? The first retreat that I just announced, it's about 20 women signed up. It was as if they were waiting. Like, I need to leave my house. Can someone, I need to just have time for me. And it was mind-blowing. And usually on those retreats, especially the prayer one and then the planning for the following year, women have gone on to do amazing things. And they can always trace it back to, it was because I came for this year's retreat. It was because I came for 2016 retreat, because I came for 2017. They can always link, whatever they started back to them either hearing from God or solidifying what God has been telling them at that retreat. So that's another amazing thing that God has given me to do.
Yours truly. So, Detola, I'm gonna ask you one question, and this is a question that I get asked, so I'm throwing it to you. So, when do you have time for your children? Because someone asked, or people ask.
So, now, oh gosh, I can, there are so many ways I can answer this question. But one thing I do is I plan my day. right? I'm sure if you ask my children, they'll say, "Oh, mommy, you don't spend as much time as you should with us." But in the evenings, usually, once they get back from school, right, so they finish. I still have my baby at home, but the older ones finish 3, 4. So between those hours, 4 and some to 7, that's their time, right? I know sometimes I'm still guilty of going on my phone, but that's one thing I'm learning, to put the phone away and just use that time with them. So we do our devotions. By 7:30, we're doing our devotion, we're doing our Bible devotion, all of that. So usually, I mean, there's school during the day, right? And so in the evenings, once they come, I spend time with them. And I'm trying to, sometimes I try and keep my evenings free as well, but because they go to bed by 8, most of my things, most of the ladies in my community will go like, why do you like doing your things at 8:15? That's because by 7:30, we are rounding up. And by 8, at least I know everybody is settled. They might still be making noise somewhere in the background. But 8:15 is like a safe, 8:30 seems too late, but 8:15 seems like a sweet spot to get some of my other coaching things going. So when they come back from school, till about that 8 o'clock is their time. So yeah, there is time for the kids in there.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for answering that, because some women, like you said, you mentioned that earlier, that some women tend to hide behind their children. I don't have time. I can't do this. I can't do that. Or even that time that the children are in school, we can get things done, even if it
Yeah.
means waking up a bit earlier,
Earlier.
or getting them involved in what you're doing.
Yes.
Getting them involved in what you're doing, carrying them along, getting them to set up for you. Like
Oh yeah.
my boy set up my background, you set up, just carrying them along, letting
Yeah.
them know that what I'm doing, this is what mom is doing.
Yeah.
My daughter was angry with me. She asked me today, she said, "Mom, but you said I was going to be on Wordzone with you last week."
Oh
I told her on her birthday she was going to be on Wordzone with me, but because she had a friend come over, there was no way she could leave her
yeah.
friend to come be on Wordzone. So I told her, "But your friend was here." She said, "Oh, that's true." So getting them sometimes also
Involved.
involving them,
Yeah.
getting them involved is very important,
Mm-hmm.
and letting them know that, look, mom is adding value. And there's something that one of my mentors said to me, I can never forget, and anyone who has listened to me would have heard me say this before, that you don't go about saving the world and losing your home.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to also get our children involved. And it's not
Yeah.
every day that, and you know what? Sometimes when people ask you such questions, and when you really look at, so it's good when they ask you so that you can put yourself in check.
Yeah.
But when you really look at it, if I was not doing this thing, would I spend that time with them?
True.
Probably I would have been watching Netflix. It's
Exactly.
true. It's true. So it's
Mm.
actually knowing how to
Yes.
plan your time. Because
Yes.
even if you're not doing all of those things, you're not writing your blog, you're not running the academy, you're not going for the retreat, you still
Mm.
might not be you might be spending your time on Netflix, or
Yeah.
be spending your time on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not these things that are taking you away,
Taking, is lack of planning.
giving lack of planning, having quality time with those children.
Yeah.
It's very important, and your
Yeah.
husband is very important. And thank God for all our supportive husbands.
Yes. So
Sometimes they are upset, but they just, what will I do? It's my cross. I have to carry it.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we bless God. We bless God.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Daytona.
Oh,
I'm
thank
so
you.
inspired by you. Thank you for all that you do. And viewers, please, thank you for joining us. Go follow Detola on Instagram. Once you click Detola Amure, once you type
Amore.
Detola Amure, she's going to come up. Then you can follow her on all our platforms. DM her, slide into her DM. Tell her, look,
yes.
I was on Wordzone. I want to join your academy. Get me the Wordzone discounts, WZ discounts. Make it funky.
Yes.
DZD. WDZ. Okay, yeah. So shout out to supporting us, man. Say, I know your name is Ruth. So I'm not going to finish it. Your name is Ruth. That's the code. Your name is Ruth. So thank you so much, Detola. It's so inspiring to have you on. Sometime I'm sure we'll run something. We might bring you on Friday night live when we start it again with Pastor
That would be
Law.
nice.
I'll tell Pastor Law that we have to bring you on Saturday,
That would
Friday
be
night
lovely.
live, because we need the world to hear about the super working mama. God bless you,
Oh,
Detola.
that
So,
would be a pleasure.
yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Send this video to as many people as possible. Tell them to be a part of what is happening here. Wordzone happens every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time. And every Sunday, I showcase Christians who are doing amazing things outside of the four walls of the church, who are not necessarily pastors. So please join me same time on Sunday to listen to another amazing child of God. God bless you till I come your way again. My name is Olaleye, your host. You take care. God bless. Bye.
Bye, everyone.